a good example of how lowbrow some of the humour is. There's a scene where they're in the desert in Abu Dhabi, and they're all getting camels. Can you guess what the joke's going to be? Because I fucking did. I kind of sat there and I'm just going, camel toe, come on, say it. And they did. They kind of went for it, and it's like, oh Jesus, how fucking obvious could you be? I only laughed at that because of the absolute irony of it. It's just there's so many things which are so painful about this film, and you know, I mean, I'm very tempted to sort of make a proper video about this bloody film, because, you know, I mean, it just staggers me that this whole kind of idea of female emancipation, if you like, is to parrot the worst of male attitudes, and that's pretty much what it does. And then it tops it off with the complete and utter vacuous nature of fashion, which, if you haven't guessed, I'm not a massive fan of. You know, I mean, I sort of went into the film, you kind of expect it's going to be one of those things, but it doesn't just go into the aesthetics of it. It's not just them sort of flouncing around in posh clothes or that kind of stuff. It actually permeates the characters. They are that kind of high fashion mentality, and you know, that's the worst part of humanity, as far as I'm concerned, is that absolute consumerist sort of nature. And, you know, if there was any sort of delusions that this film is in some way reflective of the modern woman, then you're going to be really disappointed when you see this film. It just doesn't do that. It just doesn't do that. And I mean, the whole film opens up with a big gay wedding. You know, she spends the first 5 minutes of the film referring to it as a gay wedding. Then, as soon as the husband refers to it as a gay wedding, she spends all the time kind of going, "No, it's not a gay wedding. It's not a gay wedding." Before eventually, when she goes to this, what I can only describe as an explosion of gay. I mean, it's like, it's the sort of wedding that Elton John would vomit out, basically. It's God, it's awful. It's so painfully cliche, you know, and that's the kind of thing. It's just tough to sort of watch a film like that and kind of go, yeah, I've got even a modicum of respect for it. I've seen films with kind of no budget, which are, you know, they'll handle a subject, although they look like shit and they're acting like shit. They handle the subjects and the ideas well. This is the complete and utter reverse. It looks great, you know. I mean, they've got a lot of money to spend on this film, but the core of the film is so shockingly bad that it's just a massive facepalm, you know. And yeah, it's the first film I've been to, the first kind of regular mainstream film that I've been to, that I've actually heard heckling in, which was actually funnier than the fucking film. And the funny thing is, what the person said, when she heckled it, basically, she spoke out loud. She didn't really heckle it so much, but you got Carrie kind of stood there going, "Oh, it's because you think I'm a bitch," you know, I'm paraphrasing, but she goes, "Well, yeah." And that's exactly what I was thinking. Yeah, you know, and his character's such a vacuous bitch. It's like, kind of, God's sake. And oh man, if I had any less social mores, I would have been kind of just ripping the piss out that film live. But you know, maybe I'll make a more full and more coherent sort of video to sort of address some of the worst atrocities. This is just me rambling about this fucking film. But yeah, that's what I went to see. Don't judge me. Lapping that out.